What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Detox Proxy. It is first thing in the morning. Like, I woke up 5-6 minutes ago, and I probably should have waited to grab the camera, but last night was definitely warmer. I slept a lot better, and I think the temperature was the main reason. Comfort level in the, my bedding could be a little better still, but at this point in the day, the sun is just ready to peek around the corner. It looks like it's already starting to shine down on there on the rocks, and as soon as it comes up past there, it's going to really start to shine over here, give us some heat. And my fire from last night really didn't want to keep going. That was the piece I left on top, and there was a couple smaller pieces underneath, and they just burned away and left that big guy there. Today I'm going to be getting a lot more wood because I want a bigger fire, but also a much hotter fire for tonight. Last night got pretty cold outside anyway, and it's probably like 10:30, almost 11 when I went into the Forester, and I watched an episode of Fallout. It's a really good show, but someone that isn't a gamer and hasn't played the Fallout games probably won't appreciate it as much. They won't know all those little fine details. I played Fallout 3 to the end. I played Fallout 4 almost to the end. I can't remember where I got to Fallout 4. Played New Vegas, and then I got into Fallout Shelter on my phone at one point. So yeah, I played quite a bit of Fallout. And just looking back over here at the sun, there's another sea lion out there just poking his head out. You probably can't see it with this camera, but last night there was actually 3 of them. So there's 2 just coming out here, and then another one over there. So yeah, it's a pretty active area for sea lions anyway. So yeah, I may not actually film as much today. I'm considering a trip. I did actually bring 2 grams of mushrooms with me, so I don't know if I'm going to get into that or not. I kind of want to get over to that area there, do a little bit more exploring, but more or less get some really dried wood if I can. There's a lot of drifted wood up there, and if I can find a bunch of smaller pieces and hand bundle it and bring it back, then I should have a pretty good fire for tonight. Holy shit, is it ever bright over here. Well, the sun's finally starting to come out, but it's still not quite hitting my camp yet. I just noticed it on the edge of my chair and then decided to come over here and try and warm up a little bit because it is pretty cold out this morning. I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence about doing a mushroom trip. It might be difficult to film while being out in space. Not the best situation to be doing mushrooms. Maybe later in the day I'll decide to dose, but as of now, I've decided against it. I noticed there's another connecting trail from the camp up to the trail I came down, but it's so treed in you almost can't tell that it was a driven trail at one point. So the sun decided to finally come around the corner here and give me a little bit more heat, and I decided I would start some breakfast. So that's just the last 2 sausages. I brought out 4 of them frozen, and they kind of thawed out by yesterday, so in the cooler. Today's the last day I should be using them. I'm going to use them up, put them with some eggs, maybe have a bagel with them. Well, I've had just an absolutely epic morning here. It's so beautiful, and the weather's just absolutely amazing. So after eating, I literally just sat here for over an hour. I ended up setting up a camera over here on a tripod. It's doing a time lapse. I'm going to try and capture the time lapse of the tide going back out, because we're at high tide right now. So you can see how high the water did actually come. I think next I'm gonna head back up into where those trailers are and try and check out those trailered units a little bit more. Maybe work my way over here, kind of push through the woods a bit. Probably have to put a hoodie on for a little bit of protection. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave everything here. No one's gonna come down, because even if they do, I'll hear them while I'm back there and be able to come back down out. Literally just take this camera and my phone camera, and let's head out there. Now, it's pretty easy to get up into this point, but like I discovered in the last video, this is basically set up in a U kind of shape with some corner buildings. So I think probably the easiest route is going to be to walk through here, because I think on the other side of these trailers there's going to be some doors that are accessible. Kind of looks like there's a boarded door up there maybe. This stuff's really grown in. There's actually a door, but I'm not so sure I want to try and get in that one. Kind of get a view of this first, I guess. That's one great big tree that they sat in there. You can see this has all been done at one point. A couple long trees sitting there. I'm standing on one here. Look at that chunk of fungus. They've been there so long that everything started to regrow on top. It's basically a little bridge actually. And that's probably where I'll cross over to, I think that other trailer's over there somewhere. And I actually don't see any doors along this side. Okay, and then I got to this little corner connector, and it's completely closed in. And it looks like the back side's closed in. I'm guessing these are all the living quarters along the back and the other side. See number 19, the ceiling's all collapsed in it. And here's the next one beside it. Yeah, so all these rooms are pretty much the same. They just got a little closet, place for a bed, and that's pretty much it. Well, there was at least 30 units. Pretty big camp. Got to this other corner connector building. Oh wait, there's a doorway here. I was thinking there had to be a doorway. Definitely some stuff's falling apart. Oh yes, sir. Wow, this is all like insulated and everything. So you can kind of see down this hallway a little bit. Well, not really very well, but down at the far end, that's where we were yesterday in the last video. That's where the kitchen was. Yeah, so I don't know how far in here I really want to go. The floor is what I'm most concerned about. Who's in here? There's to be no smoking. Please respect your fellow workers. Oh, and we probably want to stay out of here because this is the washroom and it's been closed up for a long time. Likely some diseases in here I don't want to get. We'll just reclose that. Right beside it, shower room. Looks like 4 showers, a couple urinals at the end. Bunch of sinks. And this might have been like an office, or actually this was like a weight training room. Yeah, you can see the workout equipment kind of all busted up and taken apart. And then maybe over at this end, more of a recreation area or TV room or something. I can see carpet going through there. And then to the end there, that's the kitchen there where we walked through yesterday. So we pretty much covered the whole thing here. Oop. Yeah, that's what I didn't want to happen. Just something like that. So all the way into this end, I mean, gonna be some scrap wood I could probably take out of here. This is probably just a piece of ceiling that's being held on by like next to nothing. Maybe even just some electrical wire. Oh, let's just come in here and see. Ooh, it looks like disease, and that's all the bedding. The bedding and pillows and everything just left here. $28. Also has the bedding, mattress, and everything just left there. Trying to judge by the condition of stuff. I mean, it's really hard to say how old this is now. The furnace there. This door is actually holding up the ceiling. Oh, and another furnace here. So each trailer likely had its own furnace unit. And they just continue down to the next corner building, which I probably can't get into. So yeah, nature's really taking its toll on this side, and the whole thing collapsed and caved in. The building up in that unit up in the front, likely like the dining room, kitchen, still together, and then the weight room and the rec room that was probably here, all falling apart. And then I just noticed up here, it's like an old, I think, Star Choice dish, satellite dish. So yeah, this is the left side, and I'm pretty sure these would be units as well. Yeah, they're just the same type of living units. I can't really see in that one, but you guys might be able to. Here's another one. And I'm guessing they just had the vanity mirror, that, you know, they wouldn't have a sink in the room and plumbing all the way through the building, especially with the shower room having six or eight sinks or however many it had. And I guess right in the corner there might have the television, because I think that's a coax on the wall next to that outlet. And well, that's kind of it. These are all probably just going to be rooms all the way to the end, so nothing really interesting going on there. But I know I can actually see it there. There's another unit over there. I think that's this little bridge that they made. If I try and cross it, I should be able to get over there. The robins, there's robins everywhere. Yeah, this one's come apart pretty good. There's a little creek running down over here. I just don't know why this one would be separate, but we're going in. Yeah, there's like nothing to this one. Wouldn't mind grabbing one of those 2x8s to burn. See the end section over here. Yeah, so one separate room and kind of an entrance there. Here, I'll give you a look at the bay from this point of view. And my camp's over there at that end of that peninsula sticking out. So I think I'm gonna try and maybe get one of these pieces of lumber out of here and head back to camp with it. Well, I've had to come back to where the trailers are because I lost my phone. I found it though, right? This is it. I got it in my hand. That's just something I never ever do, but I mean, I had it in my left pocket And then I was kind of taking the shots of myself walking with the lumber, so it obviously fell out of my pocket when I was kind of setting the shot up. I knew I just had to retrace my steps and I would find it. Same kind of steel drums that are over the other side, but just smaller versions of it. I really don't know what they were for. There's a couple of them here, or there might have been like one that's all broken into 3 pieces or something. So one here, one's up there. Try and take a little walk up here. And another section of it up there. But it actually looks like you could almost like climb up through there. Not so sure I really want to, but... Oh, actually, yeah. There's another steel drum standing upright up here. So, I mean, it's not very far up, but it is pretty steep and a little bit slippery. Just with all the stuff that's actually down here. I have to take a little more care getting back down. Wow, this, obviously, they're water tanks or something. Well, there's another one here. Maybe tanks for fuel, or... Hard to say exactly what they were. I have no clue. Oh yeah, there's a date on this one. 5 of 97. So May of 97. That is 27 years. And that was my guess was 25 years. But yeah, that's a confirmation date of some kind anyway. And then when you think about it, like you always have everyone, the government saying, don't do this and don't do that. And then there's companies getting away with shit like that. And this company made lots of money. These tanks are going to be sitting here for another 20, 30 years. And just all the iron bleeding out right into the river. So I think really I might just grab some of this wood, gather some of that up, and then with the sun being out the way it is, the sound of the water and the nice warm breeze, I think I'm going to take a nap for about an hour. It's just after 2 o'clock. It's a good time to do it. All right, let's be realistic. You wake up from your nap, and that's what you got going on outside. I mean, come on. I didn't actually sleep for very long. Maybe half an hour, 40 minutes. I was kind of in and out. And I laid down for over an hour. So I'm feeling a little groggy, but feeling like snacking. Probably going to just have a banana and maybe some granola. Because I'm definitely not ready for a meal yet. But I don't know, I'm definitely going to start the fire a little earlier than I did yesterday. So it's coming into the late afternoon and I've been just sitting in the sun and I started hearing the hummingbirds. They're flying all in behind here. And they're going for these pink, kind of pinkish purplish flowers. So I decided I'll set up my old camera here, or one of my old cameras, and just let it, oh, I just heard one. Anyway, I'll just let it keep on filming and hopefully it captures one of them coming by. Oh, there's one right there. time to start the fire, and I've got it set up here. I just kind of want to show you me lighting it and how fast this grass takes off. It's just like gasoline. Sit you guys there. I mean, look at that, it's just a ball of fire. Wow, those flames are reaching out to here. Let that die down a bit. I get so much of that small stuff to start working on there, but I want to make sure I get it nice and hot, little bed of coals, and then I can start loading on the big stuff. And that piece of lumber that you guys are sitting on. I'm just giving myself a good look. I mean, I've got quite a bit of sunburn. Like, it's not really bad, but more than I expected, because I, took a nap midday and tried to go into the woods part of the day, and anyway, gonna just play with the fire for a little bit. I'm thinking of making food. Tonight is gonna be ramen noodles with some of my own homemade hamburger patties that are pre-cooked, and I freeze them, but they're obviously thawed out for a couple days. They need to be used, so I'm gonna bang 2 of those into a ramen noodles. Probably another hour from now. I'm not that hungry yet. Fire's got a pretty good start, really good set of coals going, and I think what I'm gonna do is throw in this great big bramble first. It's really dry. I found it high up on the shore, and that's a pretty large piece. Might get a little out of hand for a little bit, but oh yeah, look at that fucker take off. That's gonna last like 20 minutes. It's gonna start all falling apart. Probably pull back this lumber a little bit. Oh man, that's hot. Well, I'm all finished eating. And pretty much while I was eating, because I had to wait for the soup to cool, the sun went over the hill, and man, it dropped like 5 degrees in 5 minutes. It's crazy how quickly the temperature dropped. But I got some layers on, and the fire's just continuing to go. I got the big piece in there now, and I'm probably gonna add another big piece and then start feeding that guy in soon. I don't know. Let's throw this guy in next. I got that as one of the last resorts, but I did pull this out way earlier in the day. It was actually out at the front of the trailhead. There was a kind of an old campfire that was there, but it's been so long that it's mossed right over. This is like, a couple seasons old probably, but the whole bottom was charred, and I let it dry out in the sun. So I don't know, I might toss that guy in there. Well, it definitely feels cooler than it did last night. Fortunately, my fire's a little bit hotter tonight than it was last night. I got that piece of lumber going in there, and I just keep on feeding more of it in. It seems to be catching up everything really good. It's come to the, I didn't even realize it's after 9 o'clock. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this other camera and stop the time lapse. We can have a look at it, see how good it is. Gotta watch my footing in here. Yeah, I can still see on the screen, so it's a good time to get it right now. 622 single shots. It's starting to get a little bit dark, especially for this camera. I'm probably gonna just put it away for now. Maybe take another clip or two with the phone. Probably gonna call it an early night. I can feel it in behind my eyes, and I think it's just the amount of sunlight I was taking in the face and on my eyes, and that's what's giving me the headache. Anyway. Well, it's after 10 o'clock, and I'm really feeling it. Yeah, just totally zonked. I'm not gonna bother watching anything tonight. I'm just literally gonna jump in the Forester and crash. Hopefully get a good night's sleep so that I can get home tomorrow because I'm planning on driving home tomorrow. So I'm gonna make another stop in the lava beds. There's a memorial there that I want to check out, and then something else called like the something tree or tree something. I can't remember, but we're gonna check that out too. The fire's really been blazing good and hot tonight. It feels good. I'm gonna have to pull out that longer piece just to make sure that it doesn't get out of hand when I go to bed.